Super excited to talk about this one because it has to do with Hearthstone, my personal favorite digital CCG game that I love playing perhaps on a daily basis at this point. I've started playing Hearthstone back in August of last year, and I've been hooked ever since. I play it almost weekly with my friends. We kind of meet up when we do boys' night, and Hearthstone is always a matchup that I enjoy playing. And I'm someone who has grown to slowly but surely start to learn a lot about card games. I feel like this was the game that really got me into, CCGs and TCGs overall. And I've been keeping up to date with all the expansions up to this point, and I'm super excited to talk about their next big expansion, The Lost City of Ungaro. This is coming out in early July, and surprisingly enough, it's an expansion that's coming out a little bit earlier than usual. Usually I think expansions come out 3 months between each other. This one seems to be coming out just a little bit earlier, and it's also acting as a sequel to a previous expansion, Journey to Ungaro, which came out in 2017. Much of the predictions I remember checking out on Reddit is that one of the big mechanics that could be returning because of Ungaro has to be with quests, and that actually is what we got here. So two major mechanics are going to be coming in to shake up the meta, the deck building, the theory crafting, and all the synergies that you perhaps have right now in your collection. First is Quest. It's returning, and the next new mechanic is called Kindred. Now, I wasn't around when quests were a thing. I usually jump into wild mode, and I can see some of the times when somebody is playing a quest. But basically, it was a one-cost spell card that always starts in your opening hand, and it gives you powerful rewards once you complete a certain amount of goals, right? And now they're bringing it back, and some of the examples that they're showing could include things like a quest where you basically play different types of minions in your deck, and if you complete it, you get a legendary card that boosts every future minion you play. Another quest that's coming out for Death Knight involves raising an army of undead dinosaurs. No big deal. I can't imagine the power creep on that. But this really means now is that a lot of players are going to have to start implementing quests in mind with their deck. So imagine what we have now with Imbue Druid, with Starship Death Knight. Imagine now putting a quest in there. Oof, I mean, the theory crafting is going to be absolutely insane. Then we have Kindred, and this is an entirely new keyword, and it's all about what you played last turn, specifically the minion type or the school type. So if you played a Kindred card, the card before it has to match its type. So for example, if you've played a beast, you have to play another beast, and then you trigger the Kindred, which is a special effect, a bonus effect that card has. This also includes different schools of spells like Shadow, Holy, different types of minions as well. And so that means that you're going to perhaps now need to consider, it's not about just playing strong cards each turn. You might also want to hold something back or play a weaker card first to then set up the bigger payoff on the next turn with those Kindred cards. And it especially is something that I think is trying to push for more unique tribal synergies, like using cards that are comprised of beast types or, mech types or spell-focused, type of card synergies, so that you can build an interesting power curve, whether mid-game or even late game. So a lot of planning, a lot of theory crafting that are going to be coming into place very soon. I know it's going to get crazy. I love getting into this myself. This is usually the funnest aspect right before an expansion comes out. All of the discussions behind what perhaps are going to be some of the new archetypes or new decks that are going to be built. So I'm excited. I am worried about quests. I remember watching videos and discussions about how the quest mechanic in previous expansions felt too rigid, too linear, to the point that it felt like your deck turned into nothing more than just the second a quest card is played, you kind of already know what's going to happen from start to middle to finish. I hope that there is some flexibility with that, and that the meta doesn't turn into just everybody playing quest archetypes all the time. And hopefully that the quest cards can complement the other mechanics, like the imbue, like the new Kindred mechanic, even dark gifts, all of these things. I mean, there's so much you're gonna have to consider now when you're building a deck, especially around quests. But I am excited nevertheless. I am also worried about the power creep. It's already just last 2 weeks ago, we had a major nerf for some cards. So I wonder what's going to happen when these new cards are implemented and we see what comes out of it. But it's one of those things where I know the developers are always going to be paying attention to the outliers, seeing where certain cards or certain decks out there are going to basically create such massive imbalance. And makes me even wonder if they'll also focus on how these new cards will affect the wild mode. Because I'm reading up on Reddit and people are like, I'm kind of worried about how these are going to be in wild, because wild is already crazy. So imagine adding more combos like this. It's going to get even crazier. But we'll have to wait and see. The expansion is coming out in July 7th, very soon. I'll definitely be pre-ordering myself a bundle. And they're actually coming out with a new free card that you can get right now if you log into Hearthstone. It's called Endbringer Umbra Battle Cry. It triggers 5 death rattles of 5 friendly minions that died this game. Whew. I can already imagine. Starship Death Knight and Demon Hunter, Armored Demon Hunter, are going to have a field day with this. I'm definitely going to use that card for big Demon Hunter archetypes. But you guys let me know, share your thoughts and opinion. What do you think of the next Hearthstone expansion? Do you think that this is going to shake up the meta for the better or for the worse? Whatever it may be, share your thoughts and let me know. And with that, guys, time to wrap it up here on the Evening Buzz. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Keeping you guys busy and entertained all throughout the weekend shift, only here on Pulse 95. This is Mikail Atiyeh signing out. Have a good one.